the shadows, smoke trails I make. Ain't no stopping now. We burn till we break. Dash blink red, it's a war zone on my dash. Whip possessed, got the devil in my stash. Baseline thump, it's a pulse, cardi crash. Cemetery drift, midnight turns to ash. Hoodie up, face gone, just a phantom in the lane. Rain dance on the pavement, hard rock tame. Headlights slicing dark, blade sharper than pain. Fuel to the fire in this world of no restraint. Through the shadows, grip tight, no break. Chasing the chaos, leave fire in my wake. Skirt through the shadows, smoke trails I make. your big bitch, get your bitch.
full of venom, neon lights blinking, streets like a phantom. Shadows cut corners, ties leave echoes. Chrome on the dash, but the past still retro. Grime on my knuckles, story untold. Drip too slick, it could never grow old. Put a symphony, nice my stage. Baseline thunders, let it rattle the cage. Midnight apex, be the only law. Burning through the fall, going thumping all. Midnight apex, no breaks, no fall. Pitch down the windows, let the darkness draw. Midnight apex, be the only law. Burning through the fall, jaws drumming all. Midnight apex, no breaks, no fall. Pitch down the windows, let the darkness draw. Distorted cowbells, city's heartbeat. Pothole percussion on the wheel so fleet. Haunted pads hum, ghosts on the lane. 808 quake, it's a high octane refrain. Memphis chop echoes, the anthem raw. Street racing. life complex. Midnight apex be the only law. Running through the fall, jaws dropping off. Midnight apex, no breaks, no fall. Bitch down the woofers, let the darkness draw. Midnight apex be the only law. Running through the fall, jaws dropping off. Midnight apex, no breaks, no fall. Bitch down the whistles, let the darkness draw.
Adrenaline's the currency, pay it in drips. Steering through chaos, balance on the edge. Every turn's a gamble, every bet's a pledge. Devils in the RPM, laugh in the red. Victory or wreckage, no in between treads.
Streets alive, ghosts in the whip, I thrive. Skirt through the dark, shadows dive. Death on my six, but I survive.
Nitro pumping, veins ignite. Tires scream, they bite the night. Adrenaline rush, my heart in flight. Chopped up voices, the devil's might. Cowbell distorted, echo raw. Baseline shatter, crack the alarm. Saturn storm, I'm in awe. Wheels cut corners like a tiger's claw.
Pitch it down, feel the weight. 808 quake, seal your fate. Rumble deep, no escape. Nitro in my veins, can't wait. Pitch it down, feel the weight. 808 quake, seal your fate. Rumble deep, no escape. Nitro in my veins, can't wait. Nitro in my veins, can't wait.
Streetlights flicker, haunt my lane. Racing shadows, thrill insane. Grip the wheel, thunder rains. Life or death, gas through the pain. Funk rhythm hit, hips collide. Rio vibes in the engines drive. Metal scream, dark paths glide. Chasing ghosts, no place to hide.
Smoke rise, city grieves, tires sing, asphalt bleeds, victories taste, bitter needs.
Victory protects our pride.
Pitch it down, feel the weight. 808 quake, seal your fate. Rumble deep, no escape. Nitro in my veins, can't wait. Nitro in my veins, can't wait. Nitro in my veins, can't wait. Engine growl, streets howl, metal beats out for blood. Tires screech, ghostly fog, asphalt drowning in the thud. City lights, neon bright, shadows creep under hood. Chain smoking, rubber fumes flood the neighborhood.
Skirt through the shadows, grip tight, no break. Chasing the chaos, we fire in my way. Skirt through the shadows, smoke trails I make. Ain't no stopping now, we burn till we break.
Dash blink red, it's a war zone on my dash. Whip possessed,